Hey, everybody, and welcome to Dicing with Death.
Are you
Uh-oh.
not sure where you are?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
this is Dicing with
Oh,
Death.
oh, it is Dicing with Death. We just had the Zoom labels
Oh,
still
did I just
on.
see a glimpse of a big shiny ring?
You did see a glimpse of a big shiny ring. Ooh, look at that. All right, there we go. So, how is it going, Ryan? It's been like, what, months since we played?
Too long. Probably not quite a month, but a
Yeah.
couple of weeks. Couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely a few weeks.
I did see you just a few short days ago, but
Mm-hmm.
there was no time for D&D. You got
Mm-mm.
your priorities all screwed up.
Mm. For those of you that don't know, Ryan here was the best man at my wedding.
Mm. Worst man.
Worst man, best man, and he gave a killer best man speech. I'm waiting for the videographer to come back with that so we can
Oh
write it down
no.
and take notes.
No.
hmm
No, 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 no.
And actually had a request from Kendra that whoever she ends up marrying, that you be his best man and give the same speech again.
A few
So
people joked about that actually.
yeah,
Like hiring myself out as a fake best friend.
dude, that was a killer
Just show up, just
speech.
deliver the speech,
Yeah, it was solid.
mingle at the reception, pretending like he's the greatest guy in the world.
Show people how to
Fly
properly
out with a
dance.
nice check. No,
Yeah, it
would
was
not want
good.
to do that every weekend.
Where did we last leave Qualnir?
Sorry, I was just laughing at chat. You do not get to hear the speech
Yet.
yet, until it winds up on YouTube. You terrible, terrible.
You
Yeah,
mean wonderful? You dude,
yeah.
you got to be proud of your work.
Cringe. Okay, D&D. You were just recapping where you are, aren't you?
Yes,
Or am I?
Qualnir is on the Southern Isles. He was in search of his sister and might have lost Bloodletter to some random first level bandits.
Might have? Are you
Might
still in
have.
denial?
Look, there's no knowing if they're actually first level bandits. That last guy that survived could have been a 10th level bandit for all I know.
You never know. So let's, let's leave it open ended
Yeah.
for Qualnir's ego's sake.
And then he went to go find the old wizard that he had saved once upon a time, who doesn't remember him. Um, and grabbed some loot from him, took off, and is going towards Ashenhold to go find his sister because he believes his sister to be with not Scrooge.
He could be. Christmas is fast approaching. We could do a special
Yeah,
holiday edition where Santa cameos as Sturge.
Sturge. There we go. I was trying to find him in here. Okay. Um, where exactly are we?
So I believe I don't remember what time of day it was, but we're going to say it's the end of the day. So just as the sun is setting behind you to the east, you pull into Ashenhold, Ashenhold Village, a, an array of these wooden structures at the southwestern slopes of this large hill, atop which sits Ashenhold Keep. As you ascend the road, this last bit up the hill, you take a glance behind you, see the sunset, and now that it's cleared up, it's not raining anymore, you realize this is a pretty incredible vantage over the countryside. And from this hill, you can see for miles and miles in all directions,
As long as it's not raining.
as long as it's not raining. You just staggered into a tavern called the Drinking Bear. And you are
Hmm.
currently sitting at a table with Michelle. You left Hank outside to tend the horses,
Oh, that's right.
looking out a window at the sunset and sipping on some mediocre non-elven wine.
We didn't even bother trying to figure out who makes the wine. It's just not the
No,
elves.
yeah, you don't want to know whose squishy hobgoblin feet
Oh god.
pressed the grapes.
We passed the Corbell vineyards on the way back. This is what it's
Wine
like.
tasting.
Cheapest wine possible.
Did you actually go in for a tasting, or did you
Oh
just
God,
drive by?
no, no. We just kept driving. Yeah. Cool. Now I got my pencil. So I try and keep a low profile, keep my clothes pulled tight around me, and keep my head down. Bring Michelle with me in a similar way, and grab a table. How heavily populated is the tavern this evening?
I had assumed you had already found a table. It's a, I mean, it's evening time. It's the lunch hour, so it's a full house. But you're able to find a table,
Okay. Okay.
quiet enough that you can discuss your plans. There's an
So
old man by the fire telling stories, and children gathered around. Then otherwise, mostly the working folk of Ashenhold getting their food and drink after a hard day's work.
so I say to Michelle, look, we gotta find where Sturge is. And there's two ways of doing that. One, we can just assume he's in the castle and siege it by ourselves, which I've done before, so no worries. Or
At a
two,
much lower level. Probably when you
yes,
legitimately had 9 max HP.
yeah.
It's
Um,
doable. It's doable.
or two, we could go find one of Sturge's buddies in town and question him until he lets us know where Sturge is. Now, the latter idea sounds like it gives us a more direct route to Sturge because then we know for sure. However, I'm worried about the process taking too long, us getting walked in on, it somehow alerting someone else. I think it's probably best to just go into Ashenhold ourselves. After all, I mean, unless someone has magically communicated with him, we got here as fast as anyone conceivably could. Unless there's some sort of magic communication from back home, which I don't necessarily think there is. I think we should be good to just go in by surprise. I don't think. I mean, Chance specifically, Chance and what's her name, Denna, both said that they don't condone this, but neither of them actually tried to stop me. So I don't think they would communicate with Sturge. So
Michelle
we're gonna
doesn't
go
know
in.
much more than you. I mean, she's basically your character at this point.
Right.
Um, but she will agree. She'll tell you that there's probably no means of magical communication in this part of the world.
Hmm.
If they really have hunted down and slain all of the spellcasters.
Well, Sturge is collecting spellcasters, so he's got some on his end. The only question is whether or not the rest of the Goldsmiths Union have spellcasters. Hmm.
Hmm.
I
If
don't
he
think so.
does have magic at his disposal, he's done an awful good job of hiding it.
Okay, so the question is how do we gain entrance? We could do the old sneak around the back, hop over the wall, and climb ourselves to the top. Or we could try and get in via carriage using your charms, my dear. Either way, I think we should go tonight. If we take Michelle and use friends on her, what's the duration of friends?
So you're having this discussion with Michelle, and your ear picks up a bit of the conversation going on by the fire, and you weren't paying attention to what was going on over there, and then you hear, and then the Red Duke took all of their bad children and stuck them on spikes on the top of Ashenhold Keep, and then all the kids like jump back in fear, and you're like, what? That sounds.
Sounds ridiculous. I turn to look at the old man telling stories.
Just an old man. He's been telling ghost stories by the fire to the kids.
Hmm.
So you were not paying him any heed until he
Mm-hmm.
mentioned the Red Duke.
I take a good look at him, like a close look at him. Does
Um,
he familiar at all?
no, he doesn't look familiar. Shaggy old man with a gray brown beard, um,
Okay.
gray tunic and loose baggy trousers, and a walking stick leaned against the the fire pit.
Hmm.
You were saying about friends, or you considering
Yeah,
friends?
no,
Maybe
I come back
Michelle
to
was
Michelle. Yeah,
Michelle was probably mentioning it as an option or something like that.
if you can get that friend spell off, we will probably be able to get past the gate. What the hell is this guy talking about? The Red Duke?
Michelle can roll a local history if she would like.
Yes, she would like to do that. History local 17. 35.
Nice. So with that, she is it jars her memory, and she would have heard this as a familiar ghost story from the area. Although the Red Duke was in fact a historical figure, a um, a duke who controlled both Ashenhold and Seagate due to a
Hmm.
happenstance of intermarriage amongst the noble houses. Um,
How
but he
long ago was
was
this?
not hundreds of years, like maybe 150, 200 years ago. So
And
it's history.
okay.
And he, I don't know if there are all sorts of tales of him going power mad and
I'm not liking this.
pillaging his own countryside and mounting the children of his enemies on Ashenhold Keep.
Michelle, do you think that Sturge could be gathering spellcasters to
Well,
summon the Red Duke from the dead?
that sounds like a bit of a stretch,
Okay.
but it's the type of improbable thing that a dungeon master might put together. Breaking the third wall.
Fourth wall, right?
Um,
Fourth wall. Okay. Well,
um,
I'm going
yeah.
to
However, Qualnir will, I mean, should that name should ring a bell from more recent
the
circumstance.
Red Duke.
I don't know that Michelle would be aware.
The Red Duke. Sturge keeps calling himself the pursuivant to the Red Duke. Shit, I don't have him in any of my notes.
That's that. Yeah, that may be the only reference to him you have heard. But it sounded like he was alive or something along those lines,
Yeah. Okay.
or
So
someone
here's
is branded themselves as the Red Duke or something like that.
here's what we're gonna do, Michelle. You're gonna go get the exact name of the Lord, that the person who resides and runs Ashenhold Keep. You're gonna figure out his name. We're gonna hop in the carriage with Hank. I will sit behind near the wall, pull away from the curtain. You guys will drive up. When the guard comes to ask you what your business is at the keep, you will already have your friends spell off. You will say that you are here to see the guy in Ashenholt, which will get us in through the front gate. Um, I will play the part of your servant and carry your things, which means I need to hide my weapons a little bit better. Um, does it look? Do I think I could fit my short sword in my backpack, or do you think it would stick
Depends
out?
how full it is. It should fit.
If I remove all the contents of my backpack, it would fit though.
Sure. Yeah. It's sideways. It may like have some awkward bulges to your pack, but I don't think anyone would assume it's a sword.
That's fine. I still have my common clothes and my ninja clothes. So I head out to go to the
I
carriage
thought
with
you
Hank.
lost your ninja clothes, or they got
No, I
destroyed.
lost my
I think your first set of ninja clothes got.
nice clothes.
Okay.
And I lost my burlap clothes. I might have replaced my ninja clothes.
That's, I think, what I was thinking of.
Okay.
The first set you bought through the Thieves Guild, and it was like legit
Yeah, I think
ninja
these are just
clothes. This
dark
is just a set
clothes.
of black clothes.
Yeah. Okay, so I go into the carriage with Hank and tell him we're going to need a ride in a moment. And then Michelle, charming as ever, gazes around the room to find either a bartender who's not busy or someone who doesn't have any company with them. You know, it's like a lone person.
Um, she can find either a bar I don't know,
Random lone
barkeep,
person would be
bar
preferable.
bar maiden, whatever.
Barmaid,
A waiter, a damn waiter,
waiter.
or there's not that very many people drinking by themselves, but you can find staff.
So she flags down one of the barmaids
Hmm.
and pulls her over and asks quietly, kind of almost whispering to her, "Tell me, lass, does the bastard still reside in Ashenhold?
Oh no, thank goodness. Lord of Seagate came with his knights and chased him out weeks ago.
Who runs the keep?
Mm, why, the Lord Seagate, I suppose.
But he's not here." Very well, thank you. And then Michelle heads out to get in the carriage too. This is a slight problem. She hops in the carriage, explains to Qualnir what happened, and Qualnir says, "All right, well, our new plan is we're going to ride up to the gate. You're going to say you come bearing gifts for the Lord of Ashenholt Keep. And when they say that there is no Lord or, whatever bullshit, then you say you wish to wait for him there. You're charming, you're beautiful, you have a manservant and a carriage, and you come bearing gifts. They should put us up for the night, or for a few nights. It is a keep after all, and these are civilized people. Hopefully that gets us inside the main tower where we can find Sturge, and I have an idea where he might be." Um, so in the wagon, I empty out my backpack, almost. I remove my potion of heroism. Well, I don't have bloodletter anymore. My local area map, letter from Sea Winch, leather favor. Oh, I'll keep my favor on me. I'll pocket it instead of putting it in my backpack. Remove my paper, my good luck and key, my quill, my flint and steel, my personal seal, my chalk, my sealing wax, my other sealing wax, my scroll case, my ink file. I will keep my lockpicks on me. I leave my darts in the caravan. I leave rat cleaver in the caravan or in the wagon. I have my chainmail on under my clothing. So I've marked everything that I no longer carry with me. Does Michelle has the other potions? I think, right? She has no equipment. Oh, did I not actually find any other potions? I think was that the issue.
You took 4 potions from the hedge wizard last session
That's what I thought. Why don't I have it written down anywhere?
because you lost them on the road.
Apparently, I did lose them on the road. Um,
You drank a
seriously?
potion of healing, and then you should have had
I should have had 3
one
others.
potion and 2 oils.
Yeah, I should have had a potion of fire breathing and an oil of. He didn't know what one of the oils was, but the other one. Fuck it, I don't even remember. Okay.
You can make a. Are there any potions on your character sheet?
Nope.
All right. I have no pity on you. You have 1 potion and 2 oils, and you got it mixed up apparently.
Yep. Okay, written them down.
You seem to
Um,
recall him instructing you to rub the oils on your nipples, and he wasn't
yes.
sure what would happen, but he was pretty confident that the results would be good.
Yeah, I seem to recall that too. Okay, then we tell fake Bates, Hank, to take us to the castle.
The castle? Why? I don't think I've ever been to a castle before.
Well, shut your fucking face and drive us
And
there.
and
And you
Hank,
be respectful and professional. Let us do all the talking.
yes, master.
That's right.
Are the curtains still drawn on the carriage?
Mm-hmm.
Then you get no perception checks.
Yeah, we keep the curtains drawn. I will. I will sit on the right side in the back, and Michelle will sit on the left side. And we instruct Hank to knock when we are about a minute out from the keep.
Yeah, looks like. Do you see the map on
In the upper right corner?
the bottom right is actually Ashenhold
Ooh, yes.
Keep.
Tree. I like the big tree.
More than one tree.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, so it takes you maybe 5 minutes or so winding up this dirt road to the top of the hill. Um, Eventually, your wagon comes to a halt, and you hear from outside, "Hold, driver! State your business here." Um,
He
and
didn't give us a 1 minute warning?
1 minute, did you tell? Okay, no,
Yeah.
I guess not.
Fuck.
No, he
Um,
just pulled to a halt, and then you hear that. He says, "Ah, yes, sir. My master has business," and he gestures. You can't see where he
Fucking
gestures, but you
hell.
hear or greaves clanking
Okay.
as a heavily armored and, from the sound of it, heavy set
Okay. Short
human
sword in the
approaches.
bag with the ninja clothes draped over it.
Mm-hmm.
Qualnir's holding it in his hands, kind of on his lap. And whatever door or window gets a rapping, Michelle
Qualnir's
answers.
side.
Okay. Qualnir and Michelle awkwardly exchange places, and Michelle
Mm-hmm.
pulls the curtain aside and says, "I am here to see
Does
the
she have
Lord."
friends cast?
No, she was gonna. We told him to warn us when he was a minute out, so we could cast friends, and he never warned us.
Right. You see a burly knight in mail, dark chain mail, no helm, ruffled brown hair, and 5 o'clock shadow. What
I,
did Michelle say? He
I
was,
am here to see the
or
Lord
he's,
of Ashenhold Keep. I come bearing gifts and messages.
and who can I say is calling?
Lady Michelle.
Lady Michelle. I will be right with you. And he takes a few steps away, out of line of sight of your little
Okay.
window. A
Qualnir
minute
mumbles to
passes.
Michelle, "I'm going to fucking kill Hank."
2 minutes pass. 3 minutes pass.
Qualnir sets down his stuff, opens the wagon door after telling Michelle, "I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go pretend to be a
Okay. So it's
servant."
been about 3 minutes. You step out. You've seen this wall before.
Mm-hmm.
It's about I think like 20 feet high, stone wall
Mm-hmm.
surrounding Ashenholt, which is something like 4 stories, I believe. In front of you is a wrought iron gate. Standing beside it is another knight, uniformed similarly to the man who left,
Mm-hmm.
but not the same guy. So dark chainmail, no sigil. You will notice. Um, he's got a unremarkable black cloak.
Okay. Qualnir steps up to him and bows deeply and says, "My lord, what is the hang up?"
Had to go get you cleared.
My lady wishes to know how long we expect to wait. She is
He
unaccustomed to such waiting.
he shrugs and points inside the gate, where you see walking down the path the same knight who you spoke to a moment ago.
Qualnir bows respectfully again and hops back in the caravan, in the wagon.
Okay. All right. Maybe 30 seconds later, to Michelle's window, the knight once again lurches.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, the man at arms. You're not sure if he has any official standing.
Oh my
Approaches the window.
god, it
It's
took
still
3 minutes.
open.
I totally should have cast friends in that time. What was I doing?
Blame it on Hank.
Blame it on Hank.
Hashtag
Definitely
hashtag
gonna
blame
kill Hank
Hank.
this time.
All right. Is the window open?
Yes.
Okay. Then he puts a mailed forearm on the window and leans in to Michelle, looking conspicuously down her blouse. He says, "I'm afraid his lordship did not recognize your name, uh, but if you'd like, you can come inside and pay me a visit."
I have gifts for the Lord of Ashenhold Keep. You will
Hmm.
take me to him.
I'll take your gifts and give you one of my own.
Why, I
He's
never.
he's leaning basically inside your window.
She goes to shut the window on him.
Okay,
Well,
you
yeah.
can
And then yells from inside the carriage, Hank,
you
take us
smack
back
his
to the
elbow
inn.
at the window, but he just gives an ow and jumps back.
She yells for
Um,
Hank to take him back to
there's
the
some
inn.
cursing and shouting, but and you ask Hank to do what?
Take us back to the inn, to an
Yeah,
inn.
there's some grumbling from outside, but they don't stop your wagon, and
Okay.
you turn and head back down the hill.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, you return to the Drinking Bear.
We tell Hank that we will see him tomorrow, and that his services are not quite done. Okay. God, I would need to take Michelle with me. She's such a. Okay. All right. I repack all my gear appropriately. And Qualnir goes up to a bartender or barmaid or a waiter or whatever you want to call him,
Mhm.
and asks if he knows where the local blacksmith might hang out. After
Uh,
hours.
at a
Here,
shop, I suspect,
thank you, buddy.
and
Qualnir and Michelle
give you
together go
directions
to
to a
the local
blacksmith.
blacksmith.
Um, wait, hold on. What? This is the next day. No, this is
This is that
evening.
night, yeah, that
So you're
evening.
okay. He tells you not to expect him to be open until morning, but he gives you
Well, I mean,
directions.
if he's there, I need to speak with him. Didn't expect him to even be home. I thought he would be at a tavern somewhere. Okay.
Um, he's not able to tell you where he may be after hours.
Okay.
Um,
I asked
but he
for
says there are a
directions to his
couple of
house.
other craftsmen on that street,
Okay.
so maybe you can wander around to some of the other shops.
Okay. I head to the
It's
blacksmith's place then.
yeah. So you trudge on foot uphill, basically where you just came from,
Hmm.
close to the keep is where where he said these most of the craftsmen are.
Okay.
And you find a dirt road lined with shops,
Okay.
most of which are closed for the night.
Um, I look for a blacksmith shop. Someplace with an anvil hanging outside for
Yeah,
a
you're able to
butcher.
find the one that you were directed to, but it's closed and locked.
Okay. I try and pick the lock.
Go for it.
It is a 95% chance because I max that out as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Yes. Open the lock and proceed to walk in with Michelle and just kind of shut the door but not lock it behind me.
All right. You walk into it's sort of the front shop area.
Hmm.
You see there's a counter, and then along the walls, various displays of wares,
I look for a grappling
shoes,
hook.
and what's that?
I look for a
Mostly
grappling hook.
tools, a grappling hook. Why don't you roll a intelligence check, perception?
24 on my intelligence
Um,
check.
you don't see one, but I mean, there's a door to a back room.
We go through it.
Right. You find it opens up into a workshop and a small like storage area.
I look through items looking for silk rope and a grappling hook.
So you rummage through and you'd find a box full of hooks, one of
Perfect.
which seems like it'll be a suitable grappling hook. No rope.
Hmm, that's fine. We exit the building. I was actually going to wake him up and ask him for it, and actually pay him, but this seems just like a much faster way.
Much less human interaction involved.
And a grappling hook weighs what, like 5 pounds, 3 pounds?
We can say 5 pounds. I'll look it up while we're at it. I believe this is how you got into Ashenhold Castle last time.
It is. I actually probably bought a grappling hook from this exact same man.
Wouldn't surprise me.
In fact, it was probably the last grappling hook he sold. Um,
Actually, you might have gotten a grappling hook from the guild, if I recall.
oh, maybe, yeah. I then walk up and down the street looking for a general store or anything that would sell rope.
Grappling hook weighs 4 pounds.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you walk down the hill a little ways, and you're able to find a general store with lights streaming out of it.
I try and open the door.
Yeah, it's like a farming supply store.
Perfect. I come in and go,
Wagon axles and hose.
howdy, neighbor. I am Qualnir, the elf.
Oh, I was just closing down for the night.
Oh,
What can
we've
I
got
get for
one
you?
more sale to make, my friend. I would like some silk rope, please.
Oh, very well. How many feet? He
About
goes to
50.
big spool in the back and cuts you off 50 feet. What does that cost? Rope. That'll, wow. He starts measuring it out and tells you that it's 5 silver a foot.
Okay, I will take 50 feet.
So that's 10 gold. No, sorry.
25 gold.
20. I derped. It's 10 gold. It comes out to 10 gold. It comes out to the market price.
Okay.
But he was like warning you how expensive it was going to be.
Yeah.
And then I failed to do math.
10 gold. I tossed him a platinum piece.
Right. He takes it. And bows.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
We
Have a good night.
Good night. Exit and immediately tie one end of the rope to the grappling hook and toss the whole stuff in my backpack.
All right.
Then we're gonna do the same plan that we did last time, which is sneak around to the tree line and then come in from here
Mm-hmm.
and then hop the fence, run to here, poke around one side, poke around the other side, make sure no one's around, and then scale the building itself.
Alrighty.
Qualnir dresses in his ninja clothes, puts his common clothes in his bag. I think Michelle no longer has varying clothes, so she just wears whatever she's got. Hopefully, she's got some darker clothing.
She's got like something blue, maybe.
Okay, close enough.
That's about the best she's got.
As long as it isn't sequined or shiny and reflecting. Okay. Well, we make for the tree line pretty far, as far away from everything else as we can, and then make for. If we make it there intact, we make it.
Yeah, you circle around wide enough that. Well, You don't do it with any light, right? So it's now
No.
dark
Yeah.
and you're in dark clothes. Yeah, it's pitch black, but they do. I mean, if yeah, there is direct line of sight from anywhere nearby to the top of the keep. Um, Roll a perception check for both of you if you'd like.
20 plus 9 for Qualnir, and 8 for Michelle. Ooh, 23 on the Qualnir.
Okay, Qualnir will spot two torches on the roof.
The roof of
Actually,
the tower?
one on each corner in a sconce, and you can
Like
see
up here?
the shadows of at least two people pacing the top of the tower. Yeah, top of the keep.
They certainly
So
have.
you're currently somewhere up and around here, a little further than that. So you're approaching the tree line, and
Okay.
see this in your peripheral off to the side.
All right. Once we get inside the tree line, Qualnir says to Michelle, "Those guys are going to spot us if we come in. I need you to distract them. Give me enough time to get to the wall. No, fuck that. You're going to come down over here to the other side of the road.
So before I did my scaling,
We also have like
so I
six
think
different
it's
maps going on here.
yeah, it's a couple hundred feet from the trees to the wall.
Right.
It's about 300 feet, like directly on this trail.
Okay. She is supposed to go to the other side of the trail, and she's going to cast color spray over there, while Qualnir. So she will distract over in this region, while
Mm-hmm.
Qualnir kind of comes this way, and then we're actually going to come and use the hidden sally port in the wall
Okay.
to enter.
Okay.
Um, so Qualnir moves into place on the far side of the forest. Michelle moves into place on the other far side of the forest.
How does she get there?
She just walks along the tree line,
Okay.
like 10 feet within the trees.
Okay. Um, it is a silent night, occasionally punctuated by the braying of a horse or yeah,
Okay.
chirping of the hooting of an owl. But
Um,
otherwise, all appears to be calm.
yeah, so Quilner gets to a spot and waits for Michelle to cast color spray, which she does after, getting to where she needs to go and waiting a few minutes just to make sure
I
everyone's
think
in place.
this was originally the Baron of Ashenhold, but it has since become Michelle, so you can have her.
Nice. Nice.
How do I give this to a player? Or do I have to do that separately? Oh well, I'll have to control it for now.
Okay, perfect.
So she shoots off a color spray over there.
And as that happens, Quilner beelines for right there.
So you run immediately.
Yeah, but I run low to the ground and quietly,
Okay.
making stealth my priority over speed.
Okay. What is your move silently?
Um, 95.
All right. And let me know if you would attempt to hide in shadows. You can't do it
Mm-mm.
while you're moving, but you can. It's dark enough that at any point you can drop to the ground and blend in.
Okay.
So Michelle spews an array of bright, shiny, colory lights into the air, stunning no one, or maybe accidentally stunning a raccoon. Falls from the tree.
Something like that.
Um, okay, and then Qualnir
And
runs.
then Michelle retreats in the forest back to where she and Quilner were hiding earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So then she goes along through the tree lines back to this other spot. And Quilner successfully makes it to the wall
Yes, yeah. Where does Michelle go to?
up here.
Okay, so she makes it there about the time that Qualnir makes it to the wall. and you hear this gate creaking open.
Quolnir tries to go through the sally port if he can find it from before.
Yeah, I believe you. It was a hidden door, like built into
Mm-hmm.
the stones. Quelnir, I think, spotted it with his keen elven eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember if you have you solved it. Can you get in automatically, or am I going to make you?
You're gonna make me
I think
roll
it's
for it.
been long enough that you should roll again. Lock picking, but not. You don't necessarily need your thieves picks. You just need to sort of figure out how to activate the mechanism.
94 out of 95.
All right, you almost miss it, but you find the stone that you need to get your hands in and grip on to slide the door open.
Oh my.
Michelle will spot um, a few dogs run out of that back gate, followed by two horsemen.
Okay.
Make They are making they're running down the path.
All right. Michelle is going
Each of the horsemen
to.
has a torch in hand.
Michelle's going to do that.
Do what?
She's going to try and keep going along the tree line and then get back to the town.
Okay, so she
Yeah.
wanders off camera.
Uh, Meanwhile, Qualnir successfully gets through the sally port.
Yep, you are inside the wall. You can still see a silhouette of at least one figure atop. There are windows on the side. Um,
Okay.
let's see.
Qualnir will.
Yeah, there are two windows on that side.
Okay. Qualnir's
Actually,
going to.
four. Two on the top floor, two on the floor beneath
Okay.
that.
Do you remember that this drawing of everything is shifted 180 degrees?
Oh, was it?
Remember, that's how I got so fucked up and turned around.
I
It
think
was
so.
either
Yeah, I recall
180 or 90
that.
or something.
Yeah, I think there's windows on all sides.
Yeah. So Quolnir comes to here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You, yeah, heart pumping out of your chest. You make it to the face of the keep without encountering another soul.
Looking back and up the keep, do any of the windows on this wall look open?
Um, no, it's a little chilly. None of the windows are open.
Hmm. And there's a guy on the roof. Okay. Screw the grappling hook. We're gonna just climb the wall.
Okay.
What is there? Are there any bonuses or penalties?
Um, yeah, let me check and see if I can find that table. Do you want to roll and see if you need it, or are we gonna? Should I try and?
54 out of 95.
That should be fine. Yeah, there's no penalties. I was gonna give you bonuses for the stones on the wall having finger holds, so I think that's probably like a plus 10% or something, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, you're able to climb. I think you can just climb the whole surface, right? If you pass, it's not like something you have to roll every 10 feet, like in some later editions.
Um, I'm not sure exactly how far you can climb. I think that's per round. I think my
You don't have
move.
to. You have to roll a check. You get a movement speed, but that's like some fraction of your base movement speed.
Yeah, so I think every round I make a climbing check, or
Okay,
maybe
but
it's
I
not
think you
every
can
round.
scale a 50-foot or like a 40-foot tower or whatever this is in
Yeah.
round. I think it's like a third of your movement or something along those lines. All right, so
Um,
grappling hook in your backpack, you squeeze your tiny elven fingers in between the cracks on the stones and proceed to scale this wall. Um, you go up about 20 feet and you reach the first. Are you going between the windows, outside the
oh, I
windows?
can cover my movement rate per round because I'm a thief.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I can only actually go 12 feet per minute up a wall.
Really?
Page
It's not
161 of the player's handbook.
your movement rate in feet per minute, not your movement rate in movement rate.
All the movement rates given on table 67 are for non-thief characters. Here we go. Oh, okay, hold on. Depends on the type of wall.
Okay. What
Um,
page did you say?
163.
163. Yeah, I thought it was just like so it's
Yeah,
dry rough wood ledges. So you get one. So you get one of your
yeah.
like what? So you can climb 120 yard. That no, that's crazy.
Multiply the appropriate number from the table by the character's current movement rate. That rate is the result is the rate of climb for the character in feet per round in any
Okay.
direction.
Yeah, feet per round. So I guess it'll take you 4 minutes to scale this, which I guess makes sense. I mean, you're like spending a lot of time finding your next handhold.
Right.
I don't think you have to make a check every round, do you?
I don't think so. Um, a climbing check
Anytime a
must be
character
made
tries.
anytime a character tries to climb a height of 10 feet or more. The check is made before the character sends the first 10 feet of the climb. If the check is passed, the character can continue climbing. If the check has failed, the character is unable to find a route and cannot even attempt the climb. Particularly long climbs, those greater than 100 feet or requiring more than 10 minutes of climbing time, the DM may require additional checks. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can scale the whole thing with one check, but it will take you 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So you climb for about a minute. You get 10 feet up. Another minute, you get another. Oh, sorry, 12 feet up. Another minute, you pass between the first two set of windows. These are dark.
I would like to press on one of them to see if it's locked or if it would just push or pull open.
It happens to be unlocked. You scramble a bit because it opens out towards you. But you pop the window open.
I leave it open and keep going up.
All right. And you climb for another round and climb between the top set of windows. These are both lit.
Yeah, I avoid them at all costs.
Okay.
And make my way for the roof. The roof.
Okay.
The roof is
Another
on
round,
fire.
and you find yourself, or you pull yourself between parapets. Is that what they're
Parapets,
called?
yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Little spiky thingies
Yeah.
that aren't spiky. Yeah.
Yeah. And roll a perception check.
23.
All right. You spot a single watchman wandering around the roof. It's about, let's say, yeah. I mean, it's maybe like 100 feet by 100 feet. The size of the keep. The roof is entirely flat, a entirely flat surface with a single stone structure sitting in the middle, and a ring of parapets around the entire outside.
Is there?
It's not solid stone floor. It's wooden. Well, no. Let me think. Yeah, it's a ring of stone around where the parapets are, and then wood paneling throughout most of the roof.
But I'm
With
on the
a
roof, right?
yeah,
Yeah. And
with a single stone structure in the center. The guard is currently like maybe 80 feet from you. So let's go ahead. I'll just draw a little dot. So he's like somewhere over here,
okay.
looking the other way, looking
I
towards that back gate.
I attempt to move silently and sneak up behind him.
Your chance is 95.
Yes.
Yeah. You. All right. Oops. Not to scale. It's like a 10 by 10 square stone structure in the center. All right. So I assume you run to that structure.
Yeah, I go to that structure,
Hide behind it, peek around, continue
crouch
creeping.
low, sneak up behind him, and
All
then
right.
at the last
the stone
moment,
structure is a staircase leading down.
Yeah.
It's like got a little door on it, but the door is closed. But
just
You remember
before
going down it.
just before I get to him, like right as I'm getting to him,
Yeah, so
I want
you're
to
like 10 feet behind him, tiptoeing up.
I want to reach around and cover his mouth while I run my sword through his back.
All right, roll the hit.
D20 plus.
Actually, make a first attack with your hand.
Okay.
As you, I mean, I guess it's
4
dual wielding kind of
plus
deal.
2 for back attack plus 2 for surprise.
Choose which one is your main hand and which one is your offhand.
It shouldn't matter because I'm ambidextrous and I have 17 dex. But this my
Uh,
left hand is my
you're right.
offhand.
Yeah, okay, you're right. All right. So just for ease, make the muffle attack first.
This is the muffle attack. A 13.
That's enough.
D20 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. Did I ever get that short sword proficiency? I did.
Yes, did.
So that's another plus 2 because it's magic sword. Hell yeah. 12 to hit. Oh my god. Is he wearing armor?
Um, lucky for you, it's only leather with though that's including back attack.
That does include back. If it's studded leather, that is a miss.
Yeah,
Is he wearing studded?
you can no. Yes, he's wearing studded. You cannot hit on a 2. I was looking there trying to think bonus. No, I'm not going to try to. You muffle his mouth, but your short sword glances off of one of his metal studs, and you have to roll initiative. Or actually, you don't. Um, he rolls initiative. He makes for his own. He's actually leaning against a spear. Yeah, he makes for his own blade at his side and starts to struggle to turn.
I
What is
make a
your
second
action?
attack. I guess I don't get surprised, but I still have back attack. Uh, my left hand I want to keep over his mouth and, try and
Yeah. All right.
restrain
Make
him.
a strength check as he struggles to break free.
20.
Not enough. So he breaks free of your grip, turns around, and shouts, "Intruder on the roof! Intruder on the roof! Help! We're under attack!"
Fuck!
Um,
Oh.
roll a next round.
Oh.
So he rolls in it. I guess it doesn't.
He
Initiative
doesn't
doesn't
make an
matter.
attack
You go
that round?
first if you. No, his attack I think was doing that, initiating that strength check and breaking free. So he's facing you with a blade in one hand, still clutching a spear in his right.
Alright, I just go for a standard attack with the short sword. 18.
That is a hit.
7 damage.
Ooh, barely enough to take him down. And he slumps to his knees, still gurgling out, "We're under attack!"
Fucking hell, I mutter under my breath. Um, as I pull the grappling hook out of my bag, hook it onto the wall, and drop 4 or 5 feet of rope over the wall and leave the rest of it coiled over. So if I
Mm-hmm.
want, all I have to do is come up and push the rest of the rope over, and it falls down. Then I can scale down if I want, sort of way.
Yeah, where are you doing this? Which
The
side?
the same side that I opened a window on.
Okay, so you backtrack and
Yeah.
hang it off that edge. All right.
And then I go into the staircase.
All right. You open the door and see a staircase. So the door is actually on the west side, I believe. No, sorry, the east side.
North side.
Door is on the east side.
Okay.
Rotated by 180. No, this is rotated by 90 degrees, I believe.
Okay. I thought it was rotated by 180.
I don't know. Maybe it's a magical rotating keep.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
In a land where magic is scarce and the spellcasters have been erased from the map.
One keep continues to rotate.
Yeah, so you look down the staircase. Torchlight streams from around the corner, but you do not see or hear any commotion.
I step out into the hallway.
Yeah, Yeah. Where did my little revealy go? Okay. You see hallway left and right with a closed door on either
Hmm.
side. There are windows opposite on the opposite wall.
So
So like
the
here and
this
here.
image is rotated 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise?
Um, 90 degrees. I don't know. I'm drawing it. Oh wait, I should draw north, not east. um, all right.
Okay.
And then the other one had north going up as usual.
Okay, so north is to the left here.
Yes.
Okay.
Although it's to
Um,
Qualnir's right.
right. Yeah. Okay, so Qualnir goes for this doorway, which I think is the same thing he did last time.
Exactly.
Uh,
You open it into a small study, unoccupied. There is a desk on one wall and a bookshelf on the other.
I go for the door and listen at it.
Make a detect noise. Or what? Tell me what your detect noise is, I guess.
20%.
You hear sounds.
I open the door slowly.
All right.
Short sword still drawn.
All right. The room beyond is dark, as is the room you're in. You're only seeing by the flickering torchlight and your keen eyesight.
That's fine with me. I step into the next room.
All right. It is a small, I guess, a large bedroom, probably the largest bedroom in this place. There's a king size bed that I have not drawn, but I can draw now, along with a few other shelves. It is pretty bleakly decorated. And the bed sheets
There's no one
are
in bed?
dark. There's no one in the bed.
Fucking hell. Alright. I grumble and head back over here.
Oops. There's the bed. Okay. All right. And
I listen at the door.
um, you can hear some commotion, but you can't quite make out any details. I mean, yeah, you hear clattering, irregular, con- cacophonous, concussive sounds or whatever, but
Okay.
your imagination can't quite conjure up what could possibly be going on the other side of this wall, this door.
I want to step.
It's yeah. So there is a commotion. I mean, you
Fuck it. I throw open the door. Throw
okay.
caution to the wind. Throw open the
You
door.
throw open the door. Eyes turn to you. You hear a shriek as you step into a kitchen with several cooks hard at work.
I levy my sword at
One
them.
screams and opens this door in the back.
Does he go
And
through it or does he
flees.
just open
Yeah, he
it?
starts running.
I glare at the others and say, don't move a muscle," and chase after the guy running downstairs.
It's not a staircase. Okay, so you
Oh,
chase after him.
yeah.
This room is lit. The room he enters is not. So you leave behind two dudes. You open the door as you see this other guy leaving through the other. There are beds in this room, two beds indicated, and there's also a cot rolled out onto the floor. Um, it looks like a servant's quarters from the size of the bed.
Okay. I move through.
Um, yeah, so you chase the guy out this back door into another hallway. There are windows. You're basically looking at a window right now. Oops. Yeah. And you've
Um,
lost sight of that guy.
well, I start chasing him and I go downstairs as I see a staircase.
Yeah.
Oh, was there another door leading out of the bedroom?
Yes, there was.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
sorry, I didn't describe that properly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's on the wrong side of the map. And then there is a staircase leading down underneath this one that leads up.
All right. Well, I head down.
All right, we're gonna have to go theater of the mind style. So you run down a staircase. You're running down a hallway facing west, you assume. It dead ends in front of you and then splits left and right. The floor plan looks pretty much identical to the floor above it.
Okay.
That's for your
I
first impressions. So there,
go to
yeah.
the door on my right.
So it's as if you were back up here running down.
Yeah.
So you round the corner to your right,
Mm-hmm.
and you round the corner and you come face to face with an armed man in chainmail, who is a little bit startled to see you. He starts to go for his sword and says,
I
doesn't actually say
lunge
anything.
at
He
him with
starts to
my
go for his
weapon.
sword and just looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I go
trying
for
to
my
figure out
sword
who
too.
you are and how you got into his house.
Do you want me
He's
to roll
wearing.
initiative?
Say that again.
Do you want me to roll initiative?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't want to.
I mean, you can if you're just going trigger happy and
Oh, I'm
shanking
going
him.
trigger happy and
Jump.
shanking him. 25, natural 19.
That will hit. He's wearing chainmail.
Is that crit?
25 natural what?
Natural 19.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Is that double crit?
Chainmail is AC 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a double crit.
10 damage.
Damn. All right, he takes that like a champ.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you sink it into his chainmail. I mean, you get a couple inches deep into his gut. But he grits his teeth, draws a sword of his own. Did you not use an offhand attack?
No, I didn't.
All right. I mean, you're surprised to see him live through that. He's sort of struggling to get his longsword in at an appropriate angle, considering you're right up in his grill with a blade a couple inches into his belly.
And? Does he make his
And
attack?
next round,
Okay.
he's sort of gasping for breath, struggling to shout for reinforcements.
This time I reach with my offhand for Rat Cleaver. And make my short sword attack.
Serious business.
13 is a miss. And Rat Cleaver.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, we'll go with it for now. I was thinking that I may want you to roll initiative with your offhand weapon,
Okay.
even though you don't with the short sword.
That makes sense. I will bet. That's legit.
So why don't we just start with that now? Actually,
Okay.
I think you'll go first, but let's get in the habit of that.
5.
Yeah, here you go first. So make both of your attacks.
My first one was a 13. And my second one is an 11.
Neither of those will do it.
Fuck me.
Step back and try to make additional blows. To no avail. I glance harmlessly off of his metal armor. The 16. You have AC 18, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
That high dex and that high armor.
Yep. So you jump back out of the way as he flails wildly with his longsword, and he shouts, "Intruder! Assassin!"
Where's Sturge? I yell at him.
He's taken aback and his eyes narrow. Oh, you'll meet him soon enough. As he lunges into the next round of combat.
D10 plus 0. 10 initiative with the Rat Cleaver.
All right, so your short sword goes first.
I yell again, "Where's Sturge?" As I hit him with a 23
That is a hit.
for 5 damage.
All right, he's still standing, but it's bleeding profusely onto the floor.
Okay.
So you're.
Does my Rat Cleaver beat his sword?
No, it does not. Oh. He coughs up some blood and drops his longsword on the floor the clatter, and he screams for help.
I bring Rat Cleaver. I yell one more time before I bring Rat Cleaver down on him. Where is Sturge?
He critical missed. He's not responding.
I
He looks like he might be trying to answer, but he's sort of choking on his own blood.
I bash Rat Cleaver against his mail.
Harmlessly. Roll initiative.
Three for Rat Cleaver.
All right. Short sword and rat cleaver both go before anything else.
13 with short sword.
No.
Oh my god. 17 with Rat Cleaver.
Roll for damage.
1.
Oh, so you chip his cheek with rat cleaver, but he's still, yeah. He drops actually to his knees and tries to pick up his long sword, as the door behind you bursts open, and you hear a stampede of footsteps.
Sweet Jesus, an apple.
All right, the hallway is clogged with at least 2 men-at-arms scrambling to get to you. Only one of them can fit at a time.
I want to turn.
Actually, no, they're both able to. So they sort of squish past you and surround you. You only see these 2 for now.
Is there any way that I can retreat back up the staircase?
No, the one that's yeah, one of them just blocked you.
Okay.
So even though this floor isn't actually the same, I guess use it as our little battle map.
Right, no, I get you.
So here's the situation. And you can hear some commotion coming from this now open door. Next round,
Okay.
player actions.
D10 for Rat Cleaver initiative, which is a 2. And
Both of your attacks go first.
14 with the short sword. Is he still on the ground?
Oh wait, he was. Yeah. No, he picked up his longsword and he's still standing.
Shit. Alright, so 14 is a miss, and then Rat Cleaver comes in. This is how I lost Bloodletter, everyone. With the 6. This roll 20 does not like me anymore.
What did you do?
I don't know. I think I pissed Stephanie off.
Ugh. All right. He uselessly clanks against your mail armor with his longsword. Ugh. However, with a back attack, that will hit.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Can't read this shit. What the fuck? What the hell?
What?
All right, reroll.
It's a 1. It's a 1.
Is it? If it's this one has weird symbols on all. No, there's a 1, 2, 3. I think it's a 6. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck me. I take 6?
Yeah. From the rear. Initiative again.
I drop my weapons to the ground and surrender.
Seriously? That easy? All right.
I'm 1 hit away from death, and I won't
Really?
survive this one. Michelle can't get me out of here. And if I surrender, I might actually get to Sturge.
Well, they don't slay you immediately.
I drop my weapons and fall to my knees.
So I want to keep this one alive.
I want to see Sturge.
If you're lucky, he tries to sap you on the head, but you sort of tilt your head out of the way.
He has my sister.
Restrain this assassin.
I'm no assassin. He has my sister. I want her back.
So the 2 men-at-arms proceed to grab a hold of you.
I don't
And
resist.
the man in front of you pats you down for any concealed blades.
Well, I don't have any concealed weapons on me. But I do have my backpack with a bunch of shit in it. I do have concealed thieves' picks on me.
He doesn't locate those. He cuts your backpack straps, and your pack falls to the ground. And you are dragged into the room that the two men of arms came from.
Oh, fuck me.
And I think with that, we're going to go to our first break.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a little bit.